Tashdile Zamling Shide Depun Kanche Pögil Lage Saden Ganden Yongzo Ngata Konsa Lame Namju Yamgun Tamje Kemba Chola Guja Ngwendu Pibe Tone Terin Gyagar Lojo Pumi Serja Yongne Karnataka Yongma Nila Tukje Cheshu Zegu Zerim Nyansi Shuchokwashu Chilo Nidong Jubke Dawa Gebe Tse Juni Bangalore Taj Western Dungkantu Gyagar Karnataka Ngate Shungma Nisu Lojo Pumi Yongne Tukje Cheshu Zerim Gubil Shuba Shamse Zerim Tangbo Jino Gongsa Jamgun Chumbo Choke Yu Ngate Jijab Lunchen Chodan Shenya Gundun Nam Sogan Do Shapsur Kwetsam Rikshu Tapdungi Pepsu Tang Dene Sogan Nangdo Chipgur Kadin Jangju Dit Zerim Di Dupsimbayin Zerim Niba Puri Luptu Namne Gyakar Gekap Tang Pugekap Nige Yellu Biju
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸಮಾರಂಭ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದಿಸುತ್ತಿರುವ ಪರಮ ಪೂಜ್ಯ 14ನೆಯ ದಲೈಲಾಮಜೀರವರೇ, ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಆಗಮಿಸಿರುವ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀ ಎಚ್.ಡಿ. ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿರವರೇ, ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಟಿಬೇಟಿಯನ್ ಆಡಳಿತದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಲೋಬ್ಸಾಂಗ್ ಸೆಂಗೇರವರೇ, ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಮುಂದೆ ನೆರೆದಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯಾತಿ ಗಣ್ಯರೇ, ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿರುವ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಹೃದಯಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು. ನಾನು ತೆನ್ಜಿನ್ ಶೆಡುನ್, ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಿರೂಪಕಿ. ನಮಗೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕವನ್ನು ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನಿಸಿ ಎಂದು ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸ್ತಿದ್ವು? ವಾಸ್ತವದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಕರುನಾಡನ್ನು ವೈಭವೀಕರಿಸಲು ಪದಗಳೇ ಸಾಲದು, ಹಾಗೂ ಅದು ಮುಗಿಯಾದ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವುದೇನೆಂದರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ನಾಡು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಜನ್ಮದಾತೆ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಹಾಗೂ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಅವಳ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಳಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಅನಂತವಾದ ಬೆಂಬಲವನ್ನು ನೀಡುತ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿರುವ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಈ ನಾಡಿನ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಈ ಶುಭ ದಿನವನ್ನು ಮೀಸಲಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಕರುನಾಡಿನ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅನಂತವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ನಾವು ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಭಾರತೀಯ ಮತ್ತು ಟಿಬೇಟಿಯನ್ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗೀತೆಯನ್ನು ಹಾಡುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸೋಣ.
제림 숨바 야가 로조 범위 용네 카나다가 슝마니소 독재 체슈 고주 속종게 속조 로지 천배 톱된 라네 펩수타 모두 송신 능교
ಇದೀಗ ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ವಲಯದ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಟಿಬೇಟಿಯನ್ ಆಡಳಿತದ ಮಂಡಳಿಯ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಯಾಗಿರುವ ಹಾಗೂ ಇಂದಿನ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಸಂಘಟನಾ ಸಮಿತಿಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಚಂಪೆಲ್ ತುಪ್ತಿನ್ ಅವರನ್ನು ಬರಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ.
Good morning. On behalf of the Thank You Karnataka Organizing Committee, formed by the Tibetan settlements of South India, I welcome you all this Thank You Karnataka Day. On this auspicious day, we Tibetans have gathered together to express our heartfelt gratitude to our Indian brothers and sisters. For centuries, India and Tibet have shared a very unique cultural and historical relationship. There has always been an undeniable karmic link between the two countries, right from the time the Buddhist scholars from Nalanda and Vikramshila universities first brought Buddhism to Tibet. In Tibet, Buddhism took deep roots, shaping Tibet's history and forming the very basis of our identity. Indeed, Karnataka too has a rich and enthralling history. Following India's independence, the Karnataka state was first formed in 1956 as a Mysore state and later renamed as Karnataka in 1973. Agriculture is still the primary source of livelihood in Karnataka, but the state has also ensured rapid growth and advancement in science, technology, healthcare, finance, art, and information technology. Today, the state has 30 districts with a population of over 61 million people, belonging to all major religions, including Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, and Jainism. Despite the prevalence of diverse linguistic, caste, and cultural ethnicities, the state is best known for its love and acceptance of all people of all races and backgrounds. Similarly, we Tibetans have also been privileged to receive the support and encouragement of the warm and generous nature of the people of Karnataka. This is the primary reason why Tibetans have thrived in Karnataka. In fact, thanks to the steadfast support of the people and government of India, particularly the state of Karnataka. With the blessings of His Holiness Dalai Lama and the leadership of the Central Tibetan Administration, Tibetans have evolved into one of the most successful refugee communities in the world. Earlier this year, the Central Tibetan Administration launched the Thank You India initiative and dedicated 2018 as a gratitude year to mark the 60 years of life in exile of the Tibetan community. Hence, today we commemorate our decades-long stay in Karnataka, and for this we are immensely blessed to be in the auspicious and divine presence of His Holiness, the great 14th Dalai Lama of Tibet. At the outset, I humbly bow and respect to His Holiness and beseech your blessings. On behalf of the Tibetans everywhere, and particularly in South India, I express our indebtedness to your outstanding leadership and countless contribution as a global champion of peace, compassion, and religious tolerance. On behalf of the Thank You Karnataka Organizing Committee, I request everyone to extend a hearty and respectful welcome to His Holiness the Dalai Lama. I would also like to extend a very warm welcome to our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri H.D. Kumaraswamy, the Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka State. Your Honor, we are extremely honored to have you with us, and we thank you for your taking the time of your busy schedule for this event. We also take this opportunity to wish you success in all your endeavors as you strive to take this great state to new heights of transparency and growth. May I once again request everyone to kindly extend a warm welcome to Shri H.D. Kumaraswamy, Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka. We are also honored to have with us key representatives of the people of Karnataka, in particular the former minister Shri H. Vishwanath ji and Shri Chandregowda ji, and also the member of the Legislative Assembly Shri Madhav ji and Shri Manjunath ji, who belong to the 3 taluks of the Karnataka where Tibetan settlements were located. More specifically, I would also like to extend a special welcome to the youngest son of the former late Chief Minister Shri S. Nijalingappa. Today, as we offer to thanks to the people and leaders of the Karnataka, we cannot help but reflect our generosity and kindness and support of the Karnataka's foremost Chief Minister Shri Nijalingappa. I would also like to extend our hearty welcome to our guest of honor, Dr. Lobsang Sengye, the President of the Central Tibetan Administration, and Reverend Khenpo Sonam Tempe, Honorable Speaker of the Tibetan Parliament in Exile. In 2016, Dr. Sengye was re-elected as the President of the Central Tibetan Administration for a 2nd consecutive term. Dr. Sengye has launched several long-term strategies in a 550 vision aimed at shaping Tibet's future. So we are honored to have you, Tibetan President and the Speaker, to join us and express their gratitude and love for this state. Their presence is particularly significant as they represent Tibetan across the world. It's also my great privilege to welcome the Representative Shri Anjum Prawaz, Principal Secretary to the Department of Public and Administrative Reforms, who represent the Chief Secretary of the Karnataka Government of States. I also extend my warm welcome to both retired and serving in the bureaucrats serving in the various departments of the Karnataka. It is their doors that we knock every time when we face difficulties, especially the Karnataka government districts administration of Mysore, Karwar, and Chamarajanagar. I also welcome the representatives of the various non-government organizations such as Marada, Christian Children's Fund, Norwegian Church Aid, Nama Sonta Mani, and many other such NGOs who have supported us during our initial establishment of the settlements, have still continued to support us in this development of the Tibetan settlements. Your presence is especially significant on this day as we pay special tribute to the various entities of Karnataka that supported and guided us in our difficult time. Finally, I would also like to extend a hearty welcome to Gandenti Rinpoche, Shachan Choje Rinpoche, and also the abbots of the various monasteries located in the 5 Tibetan settlements, as well as representatives of the various organizations in the 5 Tibetan settlements and members of the leaders from all organizations, most importantly, the Indo-Tibetan Friendship Society and the Bharat-Tibet Sahayog Manch, who have gathered here. Because of India and because of states like Karnataka, the Tibetan way of life continues to thrive. Our unique Tibetan cultural, religious, and linguistic traditions have been preserved, and our Tibetan identity remains intact. In addition, the Tibetan community is today ever more the resilient and well-positioned for the next phase of our journey. So, thank you, India. Thank you, Karnataka.
Jerem Liu Shiba, Mixe Kundun, Pandan Pemima, Chitu Sokto, Khenpo Sonam Tempe Chone, Zego Tade, Sukshen Nangyo.
ಇಂದು ಟಿಬೇಟಿಯನ್ ಗಡಿಪಾರು ಸಂಸತ್ತಿನ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾಗಿರುವ ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸ ಕೆಂಪು ಸೊನಂ ತೆಂಪಿಲ್ ರವರನ್ನು ಒಂದೆರಡು ಮಾತನಾಡಬೇಕೆಂದು ವಿನಂತಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ.
Tone Shuchavachis. Large Sihi Toja, Jidenshi did the van. Pemi on Jelana maybe Uchi, London Lamdemba, Consashongi Machola, Gosum Kisha went to Tone, Tere Karnataka Ngadi, Yomonila, Tuji Cheshi, Jegu Tola Chivjunanke, 영근 자자도 가든 트름 부지 초고 유비 somne gendiki den number da an daga na yingi bimi dinzuki paden sejon chogu ubi yondregi dinzuka ani terin kundren zo Canada nga digi chim shijop lenchen HD Komarsomi choda nga di shijop tongje ke kuzo yanyo nga den dirne bigi bimi number da ani pedeng devi tone drobo number chomala ya ngene chomar shidin hanzo ki chopshine chomri tashi deles shyayin terin kondu hiwa yezongi tangazo bede dinjuru gone ta tenjo nolo chane lo tujula nyawa chago ore dize deirinla so shino ko shonge jim choki zeban tilendo tuje kadin la tene maranzo pese ji kondomlin di tola nyambra tabach shonwa ji da ane sho yen ji ne jagar yu yungda mozo ane daga na yingi ngade soso do ane ngade sosi gi yungda mozo jeki ane tuje kadin la tene ane ngazo jaga nolo la ngade gyudong ji la beba gi yicha yowa ane ngade kahiyeji mato pachewa nolo la 뱀바 칸토르네 네데와키 덴데 네당 차용데 안에 가서 토마르 베전절라 저비 껍스 딱 모셔봐 넘도 사 덴데기 네당 오네 자가리 유모니기 토네 미센 틴주로 롱게 노아당 라버도 안에 카나타가 가덴딘 쳔바이나 안에 가서 덴조기 멤버 모셔치 안에 다가 나긴게 댄사 숨 쳔비기 최대 차가 안에 데이 토네 라버 남녀 다 대성기 단 점리 토라 미세기 펜도 존투비하기 된대기 지 미세 좀더 텐데데 아니 가데 디기 데모 마임비 아니 틴전 자조도 된대기 까진 차데데 아니 데랭기 닝년에 베모신들란조 그 첩시데 아니 가데 디기 유모도 하버들이데 가데기 치미니스터 정한 대표인데 아니 고검 디지네 이 타반네 투지 체스 휴안이 안 내가 나긴 게 너무 소면 챙고래 공사청근 좀 추억이 진도 손대야지 당아저 배바 토마 아릴라 페비 디제텔라 아린라 졸랭겐긴 되어되저기 배바론라 펜토야기 체도 맨다 아니 베비기 미리기 감시당 리용데 맞아 아릴라 펜토야기 체도 덴데지 미지 싱거예스네 덴데 카페 되거래 덴데 덴데기 토네 토마라 네 펜딘 네로기 땅아데 소솔레 샤딘 노야당 텐데긴 쳔미기 내가 딘디 토네 다 시점 렌젠스르바 니잘랭가바 조기 돈보네 공예 쇼야다네 이자체가 조토비아 텐데인디 쇼찌네 공기 공이데 다 베발라 미세기 롱겐 노야다 하버도 내시노 공성게 좀 붙여 납중 아둘로라 자갈 페용디 디니 미세기 자와 쇼야지 차고르데 이나요 크롱 롱기 쳇도 다 배세야 되는 팀 마임비 검히당 리용도 된데게 토네 나딘디 토라 미세게 토벤 생게지 용게 맨나 삼상게 된데게 곰바이게 세기 두 삼기도 네 디치 슈야니 아니 다가 나 인게 당아조 파베기 인터뷰 로지 톨다 저도 리용 게이기 토는 대화신다 로지동 가와 된데 차고래 아니 디진도네 당아조 시조 노로라 코데비 쳐도 아니 정말 못 체겠다 자가르다니 베세데 게겐도 게투기 데와타부 임바치 디준드네 손데레 텐딩아조 베메 모조게 톨레나요 센놈텐데 냐데치 네돈 차고레 아니 내가 나 인기 자가르기 신년 수르바 담바 네 그저 모라데시 기 쇼물 모첼라 샤디지 피 노노라 네 자가르도 베세야데 손주 진시 짜와찌기 야가 민라와 니 차고 오래스네 텐데기 자가기다 네 미나 텐데기 곰발라요 텐데 여대바지 차고 오래 텐데 텐데기 토네 만원조 파베 델와데 몬티네 다 진진 담진 셰톱 거야 찌다 네 라버도 텐데기 토네 다 베세야 될다 조 만원조 전jon 놀러라 단 겐다오치 니 자기 맨나 삼기도 쇼찌네 자가기 유미다 tellam sheya da ane jaga gi nga de sozo inanda mozo nola leje pe tukya ne sho shenba jine ta sozo gi pe miri gi chedo rihyung ge kamshi de zo tola ya minyang kombe do nyomba sochi no tukya ta ngaron zo chat bobe lengen cha de gi do de de ne ya mo bodin jam de ane de zo tola 안자로 노스네 베키 휴연이 아니 게제 휴야 되는 참 이야기 아니 다된 신혼 것도 정말 좀 고제 까저 된지 투지 연공 현진도 받아 아니 배된 된다 살데 공조 이제 냠종 요야라 맨니 노로나스 휴연 트러스트래
제리문가와 으페미 딕주 반덴 시경 봄라바 롭산 생계촌에 제고단데 숭셰능교
ಇಂದಿನ ಗೌರವಾರ್ಥ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾದ ಹಾಗೂ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಟಿಬೇಟಿಯನ್ ಆಡಳಿತದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಲೋಪ್ಸಾಂಗ್ ಸಿಂಗೆ ರವರಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೋರಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ.
베밀라나메부티 공수점군 침부초 구자슈바다다 점내긴두기데 나는 신데 카나랑아데기 지엽lunje HD Kumarasomi Ube 안데 슝기네미나 군대 넘버 창만 토망에 베미 딕숙 삽시에체 닝타관에 숨지지시들 쉬어이 남주도단 제제 족존 벽에돈 숭사바 인도갑라니 가샤기 더 최소 가라 타주베네 락달 최고 유도갑라 족족 숭바들 차자 무티유베 토네 예 인게톤 직진이需求제选. Your Holiness, the great 14th Dalai Lama of Tibet, as you advise us always to remember and to keep your old friends and then make new friends. Based on Buddhist notion of compassion and humility, we should always remember those who helped us the most, and we should always be grateful to them. Based on that advice, Tibetan administration is observing or celebrating 2018 as the thank you year, because we want to thank this great country, India. We want to thank this beautiful state of Karnataka. Because of this country and the beautiful state and the loving people of Karnataka, that we Tibetans are standing on our feet today. So our success is your success. Because of your support, your friendship, your love, your kindness, your generosity, Tibetan people are still standing on our feet. Hence, we want to say, thank you, Karnataka. I'm from northern India, but since no one used Karnataka language to thank Karnataka, let me try. Nimagi tumba dhanyawada galu, Karnataka. We are very grateful to have a special guest, Professor S.N. Kiran Shankar, who is the son of late Chief Minister S. Nijagabalingpa, because of his vision, because the then Chief Minister Nijalingapa met His Holiness Dalai Lama in 1956, before we lost our country, and extended all the support that His Holiness and Tibetans needed. And when we fled to exile in 1959, Chief Minister was the most generous, who came forward and provided the largest number of acres of land and place for Tibetans to live and thrive. So, as His Holiness says, don't ever forget your old friends and remember your old friends. So I want to extend special thank you to late Chief Minister and his family for the compassion and the love shown to Tibetan people. And today we have very special guest, Honorable Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy, continuing the same tradition of Karnataka's generosity and love towards people like Tibetans, you have extended all the support in the state of Karnataka for Tibetans in all 5 settlements. Anything Tibetans needed, the road, water, electricity, anything we needed, we are provided equal facilities like the residents of Karnataka. So I want to thank Chief Minister for continuing the same tradition of your love and compassion. And I think it's fitting to not only thank the Honorable Chief Minister, but also his father, Honorable Prime Minister then, S.D. Devegowda. As the Prime Minister of India, again he continued the same tradition and extended hospitality to Tibetans, like the Prime Minister, the first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who was a great friend of His Holiness Dalai Lama, who His Holiness Dalai Lama always admired and looked up to. And he gave a lot of advice to His Holiness Dalai Lama based on his vision and advice. And we Tibetans have thrived. And from Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru to Bajpayee to Prime Minister Modi ji, all the Prime Ministers and the governments of India, or the political parties of India, have extended our support. So I just want to extend support to all those who have helped us. On March 17th, 1959, His Holiness Dalai Lama was 24 years old, and he had to flee the capital city of Tibet, Lhasa. At midnight, the journey began from Tibet, and on March 31st, in 1959, he reached the border of India. And if you have read his biography, he felt relieved that he is now in the land of Buddha. And from that day on till today, for 60 years, it is India that has been the place where Tibetans have not only survived, but thrived. In 1959, the Chinese government wanted to destroy Tibetan civilization forever. Hence, 98% of Tibetan monasteries and nunneries were destroyed. 99.9% of monks and nuns were disrobed. And the Communist government of China thought or concluded that they have succeeded in destroying Tibetan civilization, Tibetan Buddhism. But then when we came to India, we had only sky as our friend and earth as our friend and no one. We were refugees. We didn't have wealth. We didn't have power. We lost almost everything. But what we had was the Buddhist notion, Buddhist values and principles, and resilience and determination to make efforts, even though there was only 2% chance of success because 98% were destroyed. We took that chance. And brick by brick, in the soil of Karnataka, all those great monasteries which were destroyed in Tibet were rebuilt. And thousands of monks and nuns who were disrobed in Tibet, they came to Karnataka. And here they practiced Buddhism. And 60 years hence, Karnataka has the largest number of Tibetan population, largest number of monks and nuns, and largest number of schools, and largest settlements as well. Hence, in that sense, this great state of Karnataka has made the largest contribution in reviving monastic community, in reviving Tibetan culture, in reviving and educating Tibetan youth to be leaders in their freedom struggle. So 60 years, on the one hand, it's a long time. On the other hand, it's pretty short time. But in Tibet, the political repression continues to the extent that 152 Tibetans have committed self-immolation. They have burned themselves. That reflects the determination and desperation of the Tibetan people. Environmental destruction is continuing. The Tibetan resources, the gold, copper, uranium, lithium, are mined and exploited by Chinese companies. Cultural assimilation is taking place whereby Tibetan language is discouraged as the medium of instruction in university, in high school, in middle school. Social discrimination is taking place where Tibetans are seen as second-class citizens in their own land in Tibet. Economic marginalization is taking place. Compared to all those repressive policies, systematic destruction of Tibetan people in India, in the state of Karnataka, where Tibetans are given economic opportunities, cultural revival, cultural preservation is encouraged and protected. Education is provided. And because of all this, we feel forever grateful to India and to the state of Karnataka. Hence, to say thank you is just natural for us Tibetans. And with the state of Karnataka, the bond is not just between the state and Tibetan administration, but also people to people. Also, there are examples. For example, in the city of Toronto in Canada, Tenzing was driving a car, and he forgot to turn off the light. The lights were on. So the police stopped him and was going to give him a ticket, quite an expensive one. But when the policeman said, "I am from Karnataka," the Tibetan person started speaking Kannada. So instead of giving tickets, they started chatting for 15 minutes. They became friends. And obviously, the policeman didn't give him the ticket, and Tenzing was not fined, and he didn't have to pay penalty in his insurance. So even at the human level, when a Karnataka person meets a Tibetan person, love is shown to the extent that they, as far as law is concerned, they go to gray area and not give tickets. On the other hand, Tibetans are also behave quite well as per the advice of His Holiness Dalai, to be humble, to be honest. For example, now this is the month of August. Hundreds and thousands of Tibetans in Karnataka, they go to Ludhiana to buy sweaters. You see in the streets of Bangalore or Mysore, Tibetans are selling sweaters. But if you go to Ludhiana, the transaction is very unique. I went there, I met the Lalas of Ludhiana who sell sweaters to Tibetans. They go there, they say, "Where are you from?" "I'm from Karnataka." "Which state, which settlement?" "Belakupi, camp number 4 or camp number 5, house number 10. "And where you do business?" "Mysore." On a piece of paper, they just write your name, camp, and house number, and the way you do business, and they give you loan of 20,000 to 1 lakh to 5 lakhs. No collateral, no lawyers involved, no agreement, based on trust. And I asked the Lalas of Ludhiana, "Why do you give crores and crores of rupees of loan without anything?" They say, "Because Tibetans are imandari. Tibetans are honest. For the last 40 years, 99.9% of Tibetans have returned the money, returned the loan on time." So Lalas make profit, and Tibetans dominate the streets of Bangalore, Mysore, and Hubli selling sweaters. It's a good transaction. And there's also a story that the electricity board of Karnataka wanted to provide, 24 hours electricity to the Tibetan settlement. Obviously, local villages started complaining. "Why are you giving 24 hours electricity, or why do you want to give 24 hours electricity to Tibetans, whereas we in the villages are not getting 24 hours? He said, "Tibetans, they pay their bill on time. We make profit." So if you go to any house in Dharamsala or Karnataka, first thing they will show you is water bill, electricity bill are paid on time, 99.9%. So hence, Tibetans have always been, as His Holiness said, as honest and humble as possible. So we are always grateful for the generosity and support extended by this great country, India. No country has done more for Tibetans than this great country. But Tibetans have also been a law-abiding residents of India. There's some issues with some youth nowadays. That's why I say 99.9%, 0.1% make trouble, but 99.9% is a good record. So let me conclude by saying, as we say in Hindi, that मेहमान भगवान का रूप में होता है. That is the age-old tradition of India. You have always treated us like Bhagwan, as your precious guest. And we always remember, and we will always remember this. But what we have in the form of His Holiness Dalai Lama is the Tibetan Bhagwan. We have also presented to you His Holiness the Great 14th Dalai Lama of Tibet. He is the best messenger of peace and advocate for this great country. I have been to many countries around the world, and he is the greatest admirer of India, of secular India. He praises India and Indian people more than the designated officers of India who are supposed to praise. And the media coverage that he gets, the millions of followers who follow him, also look at India as this great nation where different traditions thrive, different people come together. Hence, we are very fortunate to have His Holiness Dalai Lama, as he himself calls, the son of India, because he has eaten so much of roti and dal and idli and dosa of Karnataka that he called himself the son of India, and he is the best messenger of Nalanda tradition in this whole world. So hence, as a Tibetan, perhaps I can say we are very grateful to India and Karnataka. So let me say once again, Nimage Tumba Dhanyavada Galu Karnataka. And also to our Bhagwan, His Holiness Dalai Lama, for being the biggest admirer and advocate of India for the last 60 years. Thank you.
제림 죽바 전조 표미 시작 서주 연외 외시 토마르난게 카나타가 나데 지접 런젠 수르바 구샵 담바 S 니체 링가파 초기세 구샵 SN 키란 샹거 라 진오 공사 장군 첨부 초네 제도 섬지 거딘 세교
ತಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿನಾಡನ್ನು ಕಳೆದುಕೊಂಡ ನಿರಾಶ್ರಿತ ಟಿಬೇಟಿಯನರ ಆಶ್ರಯಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ವಿನಂತಿ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅಂದಿನ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಎಸ್ ನಿಜಲಿಂಗಪ್ಪರವರು ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದು ಟಿಬೇಟಿಯನರಿಗೆ ಆಶ್ರಯ ನೀಡಿದರು. ಅವರ ಈ ಉದಾತ್ತ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಹಾಗೂ ಬೆಂಬಲವನ್ನು ಇಂದು ನಾವು ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಯಿಂದ ಸ್ಮರಿಸುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಶುಭ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದು ಪರಮ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ದಲೈಲಾಮಾಜಿರವರು ಶ್ರೀ ಎಸ್ ನಿಜಲಿಂಗಪ್ಪರವರ ಸುಪುತ್ರರಾದ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಎಸ್ ಎನ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣಶಂಕರ್ ರವರನ್ನು ಸನ್ಮಾನಿಸಬೇಕೆಂದು ವಿನಂತಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ.
제림 dimba tenzi chodon lane Karnataka rikshun luyang shik bilam shujo
ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಇರು ಎಂಥಾದರೂ ಇರು ಎಂದೆಂದಿಗೂ ನೀ ಕನ್ನಡವಾಗಿರು. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು ಹಾಡಿದ ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಾಡು ಮತ್ತು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಕವಿ ಕುವೆಂಪು ಅವರು ರಚಿಸಿದ ಈ ಹಾಡನ್ನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಾರಿ ಕೇಳಿದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ನಾಟುವಂತಹ ಹಾಡಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ಸದಾಕಾಲ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗನ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಚ್ಚಳಿಯದೆ ಉಳಿಯುವ ಹಾಡಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದೀಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ನಾನು ಈ ಹಾಡನ್ನು ಹಾಡುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಕರುನಾಡು ಮತ್ತು ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರಿಗೆ ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಲು ಇಚ್ಛಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ಹಾಡು ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಆ ಆ ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಇರು ಎಂಥಾದರೂ ಇರು ಎಂದೆಂದಿಗೂ ನೀ ಕನ್ನಡವಾಗಿರು, ಕನ್ನಡವೇ ಸತ್ಯ, ಕನ್ನಡವೇ ನಿತ್ಯ. ಕನ್ನಡ ಗೋವಿನ ಓ ಮುದ್ದಿನ ಕರು, ಕನ್ನಡತನ ಒಂದಿದ್ದರೆ ನೀ ಅಮಗೆ ಕಲ್ಪತರು, ಕನ್ನಡವೇ ಸತ್ಯ, ಕನ್ನಡವೇ ನಿತ್ಯ. ನೀ ಮೆಟ್ಟುವ ನೆಲ ಅದೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ನೀನೇರುವ ಮಲೆ ಸಹ್ಯಾದ್ರಿ, ನೀ ಮುಟ್ಟುವ ಮರ ಶ್ರೀಗಂಧದ ಮರ, ನೀ ಕುಡಿಯುವ ನೀರ್ ಕಾವೇರಿ. ಪಂಪವನೋದುವ ನಿನ್ನ ನಾಲಗೆ, ಕನ್ನಡವೇ ಸತ್ಯ. ಕುಮಾರವ್ಯಾಸನ ಆಲಿಪ ಕಿವಿಯದು, ಕನ್ನಡವೇ ನಿತ್ಯ. ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಇರು ಎಂಥಾದರೂ ಇರು ಎಂದೆಂದಿಗೂ ನೀ ಕನ್ನಡವಾಗಿರು. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
제림 개와 군도조 카나타가 나디 직접 런제 구십 SD ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಚೋಲ ಚೋನೆ 제고 단대 송신 능주.
ಇಂದಿನ ಸಮಾರಂಭಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾಗಿ ವಹಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿರುವ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀ HD ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಹಿತವಚನೆಗಳನ್ನು ನುಡಿಯಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೋರಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ.
His Holiness the Dalai Lama Ji, Wen Khenpo Sonam Tenfel, Honorable Speaker, Dr. Lobsang Sangai, President of Central Tibetan Administration, ladies and gentlemen, media friends, a very good morning to you, to all of you. It is indeed a privilege and honor to take part in this event with the august presence of the great spiritual leader, His Holiness Dalai Lama. I am overwhelmed with the way this event is organized, and it is truly an inspiration for us to have strong bonding with the Tibetans. For centuries, Tibet and India have shared a unique cultural and historical relationship. Tibet's connection with India has deepened after India offered exiled Tibetans a home away from home 6 decades ago. In Karnataka, Sri S. Nijlingapaji, the then Chief Minister of State, volunteered to provide shelter to Tibetans without any second thought, and today they have become one among us. Today we have 5 settlements in Mysore, Uttarakhand, Uttara Kannada, Chamarajnagara districts. Those living in this settlement have made their own contribution for Karnataka, and I believe the Tibetan community is ever more resilient and well positioned for the next phase of our journey. We would like to extend all kinds of support and cooperation to you, and I hope this harmony will remain forever, and wish you all a fulfilled life. Before I conclude, I offer my solutions to His Holiness Dalai Lama, the Messiah of Peace, It is indeed a pleasure to listen to him. Thank you, everybody.
제림 구바 벨콥 롭투 남네 추숨 벼릭 셰베 릭슝 탑든 시그비슈죠
ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಯುವ ಜನತೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ಭವಿಷ್ಯ, ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಮುಂದಿನ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಯುವ ಜನತೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು. ಇದೀಗ ಟಿಬೇಟಿಯನ್ ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕ ನೃತ್ಯವನ್ನು ಪ್ರದರ್ಶಿಸಲಿರುವ ಬೈಲುಕುಪ್ಪೆಯ ಟಿಬೇಟಿಯನ್ ವಾಸಹತುವಲ್ಲಿರುವ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸೋಣ.
정면 마주 동네요. 동린 가샤피 와요.
Zerim Chuba, Jino Konsa Jamgun Chambu Chone, Karnataka Shungma Nisu, Tuchi Cheshu Sunda, Chugu Koloshik, Kundun Zowo, Ngashung Jijab Lunjen Chola, Susan Nangyu, Tang. Chapchik, Karnataka, Janada Dal Secular Ki, Tsokzo Kushab H. Vishwanath, Tang, H. Manjunath, Trezo Tumi Hunsur, Kushab Mahadevapa, Trezo Tumi Priyaparna, Nambasumla, Katin Jedengi, Chakda, Susan Nangyu.
ಈ ಶುಭ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಂದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಹಾಗೂ ಕರುನಾಡಿನ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುವ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪರಮ ಪೂಜ್ಯ 14ನೆಯ ದಲೈಲಾಮರು ಪವಿತ್ರ ಧರ್ಮಚಕ್ರವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಎಚ್ ಡಿ ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿರವರಿಗೆ ನೀಡಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೋರಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಹುಣಸೂರಿನ ಮಾಜಿ ಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀ ಎಚ್ ವಿಶ್ವನಾಥ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಹುಣಸೂರಿನ ಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀ ಎಚ್ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ರವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಮಾನ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀ ಕೆ ಮಹಾದೇವು ಪಿರಿಯಾಪಟ್ಟಣದಿಂದ ಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದ ರವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀ ಅಂಜುಮ್ ಬರ್ವಾಸ್ ರವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗಮಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
제림 죽지 봄이 라나 매베 우티 진호 공사 잠근 전부 쳐네 깔럽 거딘 제 ನಂಜು
ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕವಾಗಿ ಟಿಬೇಟಿಯನರ ಹೃದಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀವನದ ಉದ್ದೇಶ, ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಧೈರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಿದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ಇವರದು. ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಗುರುಗಳಾದ ಮತ್ತು ನೊಬೆಲ್ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ ಪುರಸ್ಕೃತರಾದ ಪರಮ ಪೂಜ್ಯ 14ನೇ ದಲೈಲಾಮರವರನ್ನು ತಮ್ಮ ನುಡಿಗಳಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದಿಸಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೋರಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ.
잘해. 맞아, 리자. 저는 그것인가? 좋아. 쉬쉬. 야, 간대, 쇼. 간대. 맞아, 간대. Oh, yeah. Respected elder brothers and sisters, I feel great honor. We Tibetan refugee, small community, also they found opportunity to thank in Karnataka state, and of course we thank to India, we already done. So this shows we Tibetan, one of our tradition is we never forget others' kindness. So, as a sort of preservation of our own cultural heritage, it is our duty to thank, to express appreciation to all those people who are very, very kind to us. Since 56 around, some problem, violence took place in Tibet because of Chinese authority. See, they want to carry reform, which they practice in mainland China. That is naturally not suitable. So when they force to carry their own way of reform, then many Tibetans openly also they against them. Then suppression started. 1956, 57, 58, then 59, all over Tibet. This is stand firmly against the policy like that. It is quite contrast. 1954, I went to Peking. I spent about 5 months in Peking itself. During that period, I met Chamnu Mozedong several times. Chamnu Mozedong, very, very kind to me. Eventually, we developed a relation, Chamnu Mozedong and myself like father and son. I also very much attracted Marxism, socialism. So while I was in Peking, I asked Chinese officials, I want to join Chinese Communist Party. So at that time, I think very good. When I returned 1955 from Peking, on the road I met the general of 18th Army group. Very nice person, Tang Koha. I coming back from Peking, he coming from Lhasa and go to Peking. On the road we met. And I told him, last year when I went to China through this road, full of suspicion and lot of worry. Now I am coming back, same road, full confidence, with great hope. I mentioned him. But then somehow, there's a 55, then a 56, then things, you see, they turned different way. Then 59. So as our elected political leadership mentioned, when we first reached here, we only know the sky and kasa, earth, like that. But then, because of my close relation with Pandit Nehru since 56, and my first meeting take place in Peking itself, 1954. So since then, know each other. Then 56, serious discussion with him, seek advice, very, very useful sort of advice, suggestions, wonderful. So, Pandit Nehru, this is suggested, you should have separate Tibetan school for preservation or preserve Tibetan issue alive. Education is key factor. Then we also, ask him, since our children should learn Tibetan, therefore we need separate Tibetan school. Pandit Nehru fully support, and immediately he set up one sort of committee headed by Union Education Minister, then Mr. Mali or something. And also Pandit Nehru, they fully support to create Tibetan colony, Tibetan settlement. Then at that time, among different states, he wrote, asked some allocation of land. Then best sort of response come from Karnataka state. At that time we call Mysore state. One major factor was late Nichalingama. I know him during 56 Buddha Jayanti celebration. So he extraordinarily showing his deep sort of sense of sort of concern about Tibet. He promised me he will support your cause. So then 59 things become out of control. Then we become refugee. Then for resettlement, his response wonderful. So, that's the part of sad thing. Then eventually, you see, we found more and more friends, supporters in India, in Europe, in America. So gradually, now we reach one level. The cultural heritage which we carry over 1,000 years, originally come from Nalanda, as part of Indian culture, cultural heritage very much based on ahimsa. Ahimsa automatically, genuine ahimsa come with sincere motivation, that is karuna. Karuna, ahimsa go together. So that's India's tradition. Since 8th century, since 7th century, the Tibetan emperor, you see, copy one of ancient Indian was a script, the Devanagari and alphabet. Then 8th century Tibetan emperor invited, at that time, 8th century, topmost was a respected scholar, well-known scholar, Chandra Rakshita. He, great scholar, monk, bhikshu, and great logician. His writing, still we study as a text. So he introduced Nalanda tradition. So, in a way, unfortunate, the Guru's land, India, must neglect this knowledge. That also become fortunate for us. I always is mentioning, we are reliable chela of Indian Guru. So, now reliable chela now found opportunity to revival of this ancient Indian knowledge into modern India. So there is opportunity, the traditional chela of India now becoming Guru of India. So we really found this knowledge from India, really not only ancient one, but very, very relevant to today's world. Today's world passing through some kind of crisis of emotion. So, only pray to God, not much effect. So only through training of mind, we can reduce destructive emotion, increase constructive emotion, like that. So therefore, now Tibetan Buddhist culture and knowledge about ancient Indian philosophy, wisdom, and the psychology, and then logic. So more and more people and also you see among the scientists, now more and more people really showing interest. So therefore, my latest commitment is try to revival of ancient Indian knowledge in modern India. We already started some steps, some program. We already. So, we really feel proud. Ancient Indian knowledge, which we kept over 1,000 years, now, they make a contribution for original place of this knowledge, that's India. So modern India, I think, much neglected about this ancient knowledge. Now this must revive. And India is the only nation on this planet, about 200 different nations. India is the only nation who can combine ancient Indian knowledge about mind, about psychology, and how to tackle destructive emotion, and combined with modern education, which is oriented about material value. No other country can do that, only this country. So, one of my latest commitment is try to revive it. So, in that respect, now these monks really good scholar who knows ancient Indian sort of Nalanda knowledge through rigorous study. Firstly, learned root text, learned by heart. Then each word explained according to Nalanda Master's commentary or Tibetan commentary. Then we use extensively logical approach. So when we approach logical approach, we never say yes, yes, yes. We always raise question, why? So the investigation. So today's world, I respect all major religious tradition. Wonderful. One of my commitment is promotion of religious harmony. So I respect all religion. However, the religion which can go side by side with modern science is the Nalanda tradition. Because we very much emphasis on reasoning, investigation, experiment. That's very similar that of scientific sort of way. So now, my point is, when we come here as a refugee, we really demoralize, hopeless. But then, through decades, now nearly 60 years, we develop self-confidence. Yes, the culture, the knowledge which we kept over 1,000 years, now really useful to humanity in general, particularly in this country. So all these possibilities come because of help of Indian government and lay down the policy by Pandit Nehru. Really, he really, in our, I think, history book, he really, I think, done great sort of help. And then among the different states, Karnataka state, Mysore state, I think one of the most favorable. So we start historical learning center, monastic institution in Devung, Sera, and Kandan. And then recently in the Penor, which is sort of the center. These truly become learning center. Very good, very good. So you provide us the determination or courage, hope, you see, not only preserve our ancient knowledge, but also can serve the wider, a wider community like that. So then when the drama survey performance from three regions of Tibet, Yuzhang, Kham, Amdo, I felt we Tibetan, as a people on the roof of the world, according to some Chinese archaeologists, now they found Tibetan human being on Tibetan plateau over now 35,000 years. Very ancient, very, very ancient. Then among the three civilizations, Egyptian civilization, Kazakhstan Valley, Indus Valley's civilization, and Chinese civilization. I think eventually Indus Valley's civilization, I think, really produced many, many great thinkers even before Buddha come. At least 3,000-4,000 years. So now that knowledge eventually, you see, we kept. So Tibetan people, ancient people, we have our own unique script. And most of important, Sanskrit text translated into Tibetan, and to some extent some Palis, altogether 300 volumes. That's our text. Our knowledge comes from these 300 texts, 300 volumes like that. So nowadays I make distinction. Religion is some subject, but the knowledge about psychology, about logic, and philosophy, including quantum physics, these we should consider academic subject, not religious subject. These days I also is mentioning a world passing through some kind of, the emotional crisis, as I mentioned earlier. So now, in our education, should include hygiene of physical, combine that, hygiene of emotion should include as an academic subject, as subject for health, not next life or heaven. So although these information come from Buddhist text, but itself now we should consider as an academic subject. And again, India's tradition, secular way. Respect all religion and also respect a non-believer as a human brother, sister. Wonderful. Out of 7 billion human beings, about 1 billion non-believer. So they don't care about religion. So we should take these things, although Buddhist literature, but itself should consider as an academic subject. So that we are doing. So all these things happen because of you also help us to create a place where we can study continuously. So I really appreciate. And as of Tibet, ancient nation, very rich cultural heritage. So Tibetan issue will never die. It remains. on practical level, we are not seeking independence. We very much committed, remain within the People's Republic of China, provided we should have full right for preservation of Tibetan culture, Tibetan language. So that's a mutual benefit. We Tibetan, also human being, we also love money. Without money, you can't do much. So as far as money is concerned, remain within the People's Republic of China. Materially, we get sort of immense benefit. Then preservation thoroughly about our own culture, our own knowledge. Now today, China, about 4 years ago, one Peking University carried survey how many Buddhists in China. Then their reports say over 300 millions. Since then, now many Chinese say now the Buddhist population in China around 400 millions. So many of these Chinese Buddhists really showing interest about Tibetan Buddhism, which is Nalanda tradition. Some professors, some scholars, they mentioning Tibetan Buddhist tradition, which come from Nalanda, that is very scientific religion, they say. So therefore, it is mutual benefit. Remain together. And they help us for money. We help them spiritual things, like that. So now China, today's China, compare 40, 50 years ago, much change. So now things are, as Buddhists say, impermanence, always changing. So like that. So therefore, when I met Tibetan, when I see our sort of cultural heritage, or our knowledge, I feel great future of Tibet. So we should not sort of say, demoralized, right? Should not feel demoralized. As a human being, over 35,000 years, the cultural heritage over 1,000 years. So we have great potential. So self-confidence, especially those young people, very, very important. So that's all. Thank you. Thank you. I hope, as Chief Minister, you also should learn some Tibetan cultural heritage. Difficult. Oh, yes. Right. Thank you.
재림 중니 카나다가 슝마 니수 독재 체슈 고지 속종의 총미 직매 수점 라네 독재 체슈 송시 능주 다 되네 제고 개개가 조교
ಇದೀಗ ವಂದನಾರ್ಪಣೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಲು ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸಮಿತಿಯ ಸದಸ್ಯರಾಗಿರುವ ಶ್ರೀ ಜಿಗ್ಮಿ ಚುಲ್ಟ್ರಿಮ್ ರವರನ್ನು ಕೋರಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. And I also request all the dignitaries and the guests who have been present here to kindly have your lunch, and then please enjoy the lunch that would be available and served here. Thank you.
Your Holiness, the great 14th Dalai Lama, Honorable Chief Minister Shri H.D. Kumaraswamy ji, Honorable President Dr. Lobsang Sangye, Honorable Speaker Venerable Kempo Sonam Tempel, and other distinguished guests who has taken their time in making this day a historic one. Your Holiness, despite your endless commitments for the greater cause of humanity, you have graced today's occasion not only with your aura, but also your blissful and enlightening words that would certainly put many of us to study and introspect. Equally, Honorable Chief Minister Shri H.D. Kumaraswamiji, despite the fact that you have huge responsibilities to cater the need and welfare of this state and its people, including us, has reiterated our belief and trust with your presence that the people and the government of Karnataka would continue to support with all the possible assistance in sustaining our identity and relationship of Guru and its reliable chela. अनेकता में एकता और विभिन्नता में समानता इस महान भारत देश की संस्कृति रही है। आज जबकि स्वर्गीय श्री निजिलंगप्पा जी का शारीरिक काय हमारे साथ नहीं है, अपितु उनका कर्म काय हमारे साथ निरंतर ज्ञान और प्रेरणा का स्रोत रहा है। उसी का प्रमाण है कि उनके सुपुत्र प्रोफेसर एस.एन. किरण शंकर जी के आज के इस कार्यक्रम में उपस्थिति से ये भाव व्यक्त करते हैं। Furthermore, I also take this opportunity to express a gratitude towards all the other distinguished guests and delegates, including government and non-governmental organizations, members of Bharat-Tibet Sahyog Manch, Bharat-Tibet Maitri Sangh, representatives of Mairada, Christian Children Fund, Norwegian Church Aid, Namma Swanta Mane, and many others whom I may have not mentioned here, for which I may solicit apology from those. Last but not least, I also thank our media friends through whose coverage this historic event can be seen, read, and felt by many more people of the state and beyond. Thank you very much.
Kundu number 2 Lulujan Shurona, Kundu number Lulujan Shurona.
I request all the guests to be seated as the mementos will be presented to them. So please be seated. ಈ ಅಮೂಲ್ಯವಾದ ದಿನದಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತಿ ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ಸಂತಸದ ವಿಷಯ. ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿಯೂ ಈ ದಿನ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ಮರಣೀಯ ಎಂದು ಭಾವಿಸುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಈ ದಿನದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ನಿರೂಪಕಿಯಾದ ನಾನು ತೆನ್ಜಿನ್ ಚಿಡನ್ ಮತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಸಹ ನಿರೂಪಕರಾದ ಛಂಪರವರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸುತ್ತೇವೆ.
Blessings. Go. Ja, Lore. Viermal. Weg. Siem is there. Rock. Please move. Please move. 여기.